So hi guys and welcome back to another episode of making Kush Maini a Formula 1 champion. And obviously I think it has been a month since I have uploaded a F124 video, and it was a problem, guys. I had a little bit of a problem with my laptop and that's why I wasn't able to do, but now it is fixed and I think I will be able to get you guys a regular F124, and I think we are looking good. And guys, obviously I must say, you if you haven't watched the last video, go and check it out because craziness happened in that race. Because in the last five laps there were rain, and because of that everyone did not pit onto another set of inters. Everyone went onto the dry tires, and that's why it was crazy. And let's see, obviously Max Verstappen is leading the championship, but we are really close. So I think, guys, we have a chance with 5 races to go, which is US, and then if you not believe it, it's Sao Paulo, and after that it's Portimao, the first time we are doing it, and then Las Vegas, and then we are ending our season into the Qatar, which is going to be a sprint race. So we have a chance to do a craziness here, winning the championship in the second season. So guys, can we do it? I really hope we can. Let's just go into the USGP.
It's a United States love affair with Formula One at the moment, so what a thrill for everyone today to see our drivers lapping COTA at full hot lap speed. It's the Circuit of the Americas, and it's qualifying.
And starting our first lap into SQ1, and obviously it's a sprint race this time, and we are that was a little bit lag, and yeah, this is the reason, guys, I wasn't able to, because I was trying to clear this lag but it wasn't happening. And obviously if everything goes right, I was able to clear this lag for the whole race, so that is good news. And let's see, green 2 sectors, the goal again is to just stay in the top 15 and not to do a lap which is good enough to get ourselves into P1, P2. That is not the goal right now. Rounding out the last corner, taking our time here, going to using ERS, battery, everything, and we go P1 with a 134.3. we go P1 with the first and last sector being purple, and I don't think that will be, guys, sticking, because people are getting better. And look at that, already Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris doing a better lap. Let's see SQ1 who got knocked out, and it was our teammate. And if you can see, P20 Max Verstappen has not done a single lap. What was he thinking? Oscar Piastri also out. What was the plan here? I don't get it. Why did they not go out even for one lap? Max Verstappen decided, yeah, let's just try to do a P20 to P1 challenge, I think, because that is a little bit confusing in my opinion, but I guess, guys, that is their problem. So let's see, purple second sector for us. Obviously Fernando Alonso has just done the fastest lap here into the sprint weekend. SQ2, we are taking our time. Lando Norris with a 133.5, and that is a good lap, and we only 134.7. that is a good lap, but we are P6, guys. We are P6 and now it's P7. So guys, we have to do another lap, or otherwise we might have a chance, or we might be knocked out of this SQ2, and we will not take that kind of risk. So let's see, first lap and into the second sector, purple second sector, we are taking anti 5/10 gain. Can we still make it? Obviously we are P5 now. We are P6 now, but when we started our lap we were P7. I don't know, might have some drivers' laps might have been deleted, that's why it happened. And now the last corner, it's almost 6 tenths and 6.5 tenths gain. Race to the line, it's going to be a 130. 134.1 I think will be what we get, and we are still P2. We are P2. Let's see, and we are P2 with 4 tenths to Lando Norris. Lando Norris is fast, but Charles Leclerc, guys, Charles Leclerc is out. Charles Leclerc behind Lance Stroll and behind Carlos Sainz in the Haas, knocked out. That is craziness. So into SQ3, obviously, guys, we are taking our time, because obviously you only get one lap with these soft tires, and they will get well, worn out very quickly. That's why only one lap is the right choice. No one is out, guys. So we are the only one doing a lap on these soft tires. So can we get a good enough lap for ourselves to get ourselves into at least P3, P2? That will be the best choice. Even P1 isn't really bad. So let's see the first sector. Can we do good enough lap here? Taking a time a little bit wide on that part. But let's see. Can we still do a good lap? Green first sector, taking our time, using all the tire grip we have on those soft tires. A little bit tail happy there, but still a green sector, that is not bad. We can take our time, and there is an Aston Martin out on the track, so he is, I think, might be doing a lap, or he is on an in lap. That might be the right choice to say. Let's see. We are now using our battery, using our ERS, everything we have right now, giving here. Obviously not using it more than 10%, because I think I read somewhere that after 10% the ERS isn't really that effective and it loses us power. That's why we are not going to do that. And look at that, guys. If you can see on the left side, we were 6 tenths faster than Fernando Alonso. We were 6 tenths faster on our whole lap time. So that is a good news for us. We can still do a good lap. We can still get P1 or P2. That will be amazing. Taking our time. Green 2 sectors and objectives are completing for us. But we are taking our time, not trying to, get out of the bounds here, because we lose time, and we have done that. We have lost time, guys. I am telling you 100%. We have lost time because of that. A tenth or two, and that has cost us. So even if we were able to gain a tenth or two, that wouldn't have mattered, because Lando Norris is in P1, Esteban Ocon into P3, P2, and Lewis Hamilton into P3. What an amazing top 3 here with us into P4.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 turns to the right here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas. Overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and turn 12 at this anti-clockwise track. It's 3.6 miles long, and we should see average lap speeds of around 126 miles per hour. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, with Esteban Ocon alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Maini, Russell, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Sainz, Albon, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Hulkenberg, Sargent, Joe, Behrman, Bottas, Gasly, Oscar Piastri, and Max Verstappen completes the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me for the first time this season here in the commentary box, Naomi Schiff. Hello, Gnomes. Well, they say that
Okay, mate, I know it's tough in there, it's hot in that cockpit, but your tyres are even hotter, so you're going to have to work extra hard to keep them cool. It matters for performance.
And obviously looks like we are looking alright. Let's see, can we actually score more points? Because, guys, this is the best chance. This is the best chance for us to overtake Max Verstappen and lead the championship, because he is in P20. There is very little chance that he can gain any points. So 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are go for the US sprint race here. Lando Norris getting an alright exit. Ocon taking his time. Max Verstappen is still in P20 because Hamilton is still in P3, and we have overtaken into the inside of turn 1. We have overtaken Hamilton. Then Perez is still trying to do something here, but Ocon is around the outside trying to overtake. Lando Norris did not work, and Lewis Hamilton is also getting attacked by us because we are now into P3. Russell has overtaken Sergio Perez. Alonso into P7. Stroll into P8. Our teammate, I don't know where he is. He is a little too down the order. He should be a little bit up, and that is a big lag. And I do not think that was in the recording, but I guess, guys, this happened. So let's see. We are now using all the battery we have. We have to overtake Ocon, guys, because as you guys know, we do not have the race pace. We always have a 1 lap pace, but our race pace is really bad because of all the chassis and into the inside of the braking here, and we have overtaken Esteban Ocon. We have made a dive bomb, taking our time, and we have overtaken Esteban Ocon for P2. So now the goal is to just stay here. And well, because look at that, Lando Norris has already 1.3 seconds in front. We are taking our time. And if you remember the last video, the craziness that happened in that, you know we are not as fast as Lando Norris. So let's see Max Verstappen. Look at that, guys. Look at that. He's still P19 even after a lap. That is not something you see from Max Verstappen. He should be at least P16 or P17, but he is not. So starting lap 2 here, we are still behind Lando Norris, but Lando Norris is pulling away 1.8 seconds in front of us. Look at that, 1.9, almost 2 seconds, guys. The McLarens are just fast enough. Obviously, guys, our engine is actually amazing for us, and our engine is, I think, the second or first. So that's why we are alright with the engine, and that's why no one can overtake us on the straight. And we have a yellow flag. We have a yellow flag. Who it's for? And it looks like Oliver Behrman. I don't know what he is doing. He's looking alright. Hulkenberg is also alright. Joe. And no, it was Behrman. Behrman smoking away there. And because of that, look at that. That will be costing Max Verstappen time. That has cost Max Verstappen time, and Oliver Behrman is out of the session. He is out of the sprint race. And look at that, how much defending we have to do against Ocon to stay in front, because obviously even though we have the best engine, we are a little bit slower after getting a DRS. And Behrman obviously looking all right, and Max Verstappen also trying to overtake Piastri, but Piastri has overtaken Max Verstappen and they have collectively lost DRS to the people in front. That is going to cost him. And starting our third lap, and look at that, 3.5 seconds, guys. We are losing time. And that is going to be a problem, guys, because obviously we do not have the chassis or the aerodynamics as these guys. Our aerodynamics is still alright, but our chassis is so bad, and that's why obviously our weight redistribution and weight reduction is so bad that we are really getting difficult to stay in front of these guys. Obviously on a track which requires a lot of aerodynamics, it's really difficult to do anything here. So lap 6, starting lap 7 here, Max Verstappen is still P819. What is happening to Max Verstappen? And Lando Norris has bridged the gap between us by 9 seconds. Obviously I am also defending against Ocon, so that is also costing us a little bit, but essentially we are not fast enough for Lando Norris to attack him. So let's see. Our tires are 31%. Look at that, only 7 laps. The tires are already 31% worn. That is crazy level of worn. And green, wait, is there a problem here? Do we have another? Well, it looks like we have another DNF here, because there is a yellow flag and green flag now. And let's see, again a yellow flag in a little bit of a sector, and it is Zhou Guanyu. Zhou Guanyu is out, and he was, I think, trying to overtake Logan Sargent, but look at the puff of smoke. He went there, and because of that, he is out, and that has again cost Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri, guys, because they were holed up a little bit, and because of that they have lost a little bit more time, and that is going to cost us. And we have gone wide here. We have gone wide on starting our lap 8. Can Ocon try to overtake us? He is trying to overtake us, but we are breaking. Obviously, I'm going around the outside, pushing Ocon as much as we can through the inside to go onto the curb, unsettles his car, and that's why we are still leading the P2, leading this train right now from P2 to I think P8, because that is a little bit of a gap too. And look at that, Ocon obviously is trying to overtake us again, but we are pinching him so much that he is not able to do anything. Look at that, he still tried to go side by side with us, but we are not letting him do. So last lap starting, we are taking our time and we are just not letting him do. So the final DRS straight, the final chance for Ocon to overtake us. Can he do it? So let's see. He gets the DRS. We are using all the battery. We have Ocon trying to go around the inside, and we have pushed him wide off the track almost. And look at that, Hamilton is also trying to overtake us, but into the braking, we have overbraked all of these guys and we have stayed in front. But Ocon is trying to stay on the train, but he has to give us space, and because of that, we were able to just launch ourselves into Ocon. Ocon just well, he got scared a little bit, and that's why we were able to do. But rounding out the last corner, who did not make any mistakes, is Lando Norris, who wins the sprint race here in the USGP. We have gone by trying to just stay here because, guys, the tires were, I think, more than 50% done, and we were still able to get P2. It's still good, guys, still amazing, because obviously I was not hoping for P2. I was just trying to get, I guess, P4, P5. That would have been a good result for us, but getting P2 is, well, amazing for us, because Lando Norris and the McLarens are just fast enough. Again, we are right now, if we can stay in front of these guys, we can defend. If we are able to get in front, we can defend, but it's really difficult. Other than that, obviously Max Verstappen was at the end able to overtake Logan Sargent, but other than that, they were just a little too behind. And look at that, they were just behind. I don't know what happened to Max Verstappen. He was actually looking all right, but I guess, guys, this happened. So let's see the standings, and we are level on points with Max Verstappen, 161. We are level. That is amazing, guys. Well, I was not even hoping to get any kind of championship hopes in this season, but we are right now, well, drawing with the championship leader. So, guys, let's just go into the main qualifying.
It's the United States love affair with Formula One at the moment, so what a thrill for everyone today to see our drivers lapping COTA at full hot lap speed. It's the Circuit of the Americas, and it's qualifying.
So into the main qualifying, taking our time, green 2 sectors, obviously, I mean, look at that, second purple, but obviously someone must have taken it, otherwise we should have gotten it. So we are just taking our time, not pushing crazily. Our main goal again into Q1 is to just stay into the top 15. Other than that, we are not really hurting ourselves. So taking our time, doing the lap all right, obviously a little bit out there on this lap, but we have to, and that is a bad lap. That is a bad lap here, and we still managed to get P3. But I guess, guys, this is going to be, yep, top 6. People have done a better lap than me. Obviously purple second sector for us, because obviously I used all my battery in that part of the track, and that's why we are right now P8. So we are not taking any chances, guys. We are going out again, and let's see, 4 minutes remaining. We are half a tenth slower right now, but we're using everything we have, and into turn 1, taking our time and locking up almost a little bit, because obviously we can't lock up because I have not done that. So let's see, we are, look at that, guys, obviously on a used set of tires, we have not gained even a little bit time. Obviously the first and the second sector were green, but they were marginally green, and we were not able to gain any time still. But round the last corner, we have gained a little bit time, and we have went in front of our teammate. And Daniel Ricciardo has a penalty. He has a penalty for what? He must have crashed into somebody. And George Russell, what has happened to him? He is out of Q1. I don't know why. So let's see into Q2, starting our first lap on a new set of soft tires. Obviously, if we can get ourselves into Q3 with only 1 lap, that will be ideal. But again, guys, I also know that it's really unlikely that we will be able to get ourselves into Q3 with only 1 lap. But let's just see if we can do a good lap here. So first sessions, we have taken it properly, and obviously taking our time. We are doing a good lap here, guys. Green first sector, 25.4 are not that bad. Let's see, and this time again a little bit tail happy, but just a little bit tail happy. Other than that, that was an amazing first sector for us. Let's see, the second sector is also gained 33.0 for Max Verstappen. Can we just match him, or can we just get a little bit 2 or 3 tenths near him? So that will be a good rounding on the last corner, taking our time, using all the battery we have. Let's see, and we are P3 with 33.3. We are P3, and guys, I think that will be enough. I think that should be enough for us to get ourselves into Q3 without any problem. And into Q2 we are going. Max Verstappen is leading, but Lewis Hamilton is out. What has happened to Lewis Hamilton? He has been knocked out. Logan Sargent, obviously, yeah, makes sense. But what happened to him? He was actually looking amazing, and he is now out. So green 2 sectors on the first lap of Q3, obviously on a used set of tires. Let's see what we can do. Wait, this was on a used set of tires, and we are P3, well, P10. So we are 1.6 seconds behind Lando Norris, who has just done 33.1. 33.1. That is a crazy lap. That is a crazy lap. So let's see, can we actually get ourselves into into the top 3 or top 4? So let's see, first lap, first corner, 2/10 gain already. Our goal is to get ourselves into top 3, or even if we can get ourselves into top 4, that will be also good. So let's see, 3.5 tenths gain, 4 tenths gain, and look at that, guys. We are gaining the time, and a little bit of a fault there. No, that is a mistake. That is a mistake for us, and that is going to cost us time, guys. That has cost us time, more than a tenth, and we have gained 5 tenths, and we are taking our time. 8 tenths gain now. Obviously, looks like the tires were a little bit too short, and look at that. We are using everything, and we have gained 9.5 tenths and a second. We have gained a second, but that will not be enough. We need to gain a lot more time, because we were a little too slow. We have to gain at least 2-3 tenths more, and 1.2 seconds gain. Rounding out the last corner, 1.4 seconds gain, and 1.5. Can we reach it? 1.5, and it was a purple last sector. Can we get ourselves in? It's only P3, but P3 is still amazing, guys. What an amazing result for us, because we were not this fast. I was not this fast, and look at the gap between Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. Only 2,000ths of a gap. Obviously, we were 2 tenths behind these guys, and 3 tenths for Sergio Perez, but that was amazing. So guys, let's just go into the race.
That Formula One is now so beloved in the United States that we race here 3 times a year. But let's give respect to COTA, or the Circuit of the Americas, to give it its full name. This place laid the foundations for this moment and still remains the host of the US Grand Prix. We're racing then today in Travis County, Texas, around the 20 corners of this wonderful Circuit of the Americas. We'll be reaching speeds of around 200 miles per hour here today, and there are plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the 2 DRS zones into turn 1 and the long back straight into turn 12. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Maini, Perez, Leclerc, Ocon, Oscar Piastri, Gasly, Albon, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Bottas, Sargent, Stroll, Russell, Sainz, Ricciardo, Hulkenberg, Behrman, and Zhou Guanyu. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And joining me in the commentary box once again, Naomi Schiff. Hi, Gnomes. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say they've got the better of them more often than not. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race. But I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
Okay, mate, only 3 races left, and you've still got a chance at the title, but if we're going to win it, we're going to need some very special performances in every one of those 3, and it starts here. Let's see what you can do today.
Yep, our engineer, Mark, is also hoping to get that championship, so are we. So medium to hards, let's just go into the USGP and let's try to see what we can do here. So, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are go for the USGP. We get a better exit than Max Verstappen. Lando Norris obviously into P1. Can we do anything? And we have a little bit better exit. Look at that. Perez has overtaken Max Verstappen into turn 1. We are trying to overtake Lando Norris. Lando Norris getting a better exit still, and we have to just tuck in behind him. There was 3 wide with the Ferraris and Gasly there still. Charles Leclerc was able to stay in front, and Perez has also overtaken Max Verstappen on the start. Max Verstappen getting a bad exit after getting P2 to now P4, and Ocon has overtaken Gasly there. Albon into P8, Piastri into P9, Alonso into P10, and Hamilton stays into P11. Obviously that is a bad timing for him. Obviously we are taking our time here, guys, with Lando Norris. Can we actually overtake him? Can we stay in front? And can we do something after that? Obviously if we are able to take the lead and into the inside, into the braking, we are trying for the lead, and Lando Norris can't do anything because we have used everything. And let's see, from our perspective, it was an easy overtake, taking our time, not letting Lando Norris to do a switchback or any kind of overtake maneuver on us, and that's why we have stayed in P1. And now again, guys, as we have done so many times, and we get a little bit tail happy there. Obviously the tires, well, they are a little bit over the limit here, and look at that, Sainz and Sargent fighting in the house, and Sainz has overtaken Logan Sargent. So Sainz also should try to get some points here, because Haas is alright. And let's see, we get the purple lap, but obviously it's the first lap, that doesn't matter. And let's see, Sergio Perez fighting Lando Norris around the inside. Well, it's easy to defend it around the inside, but Perez going around the outside. Lando Norris giving him enough space, and Perez now becomes it inside from the outside, and Perez has overtaken. And Perez has obviously overtaken Lando Norris. Lando Norris must be a little bit pissed off after that overtake, because obviously around the outside of turn 1, you do not see that kind of overtake anywhere. So that's why I think he must be a little bit ticked off. He wants to overtake Sergio Perez. Max Verstappen obviously into P4 must be more ticked off, because he started P2 and now he's ended up into P4. So he also wants to do a little bit of a maneuver here to overtake these guys, and Charles Leclerc obviously has done a good. He is now into P5, so he, I think, is alright. So let's see, can we stay in front? Obviously using all the battery we have. Sergio Perez trying to fight with us, but he has to go. Well, he tried to do something here, but obviously we are fast enough, guys. We are fast enough to stay in front of him, but we are still taking our time. And look at that, around the final sector we got the second purple, but we are now starting lap 3 here, taking our time. And Sergio Perez has done the fastest lap, half a tenth faster lap time than us, so that is not really that fast. So we are still looking alright, and into turn 1 we are taking our time, guys. Max Verstappen has also overtaken Lando Norris, so that is something we have to worry about, because obviously Max Verstappen, if he overtakes us, he will run away and we will lose the championship. Or let's see, Albon and Piastri and Alonso taking a time. Our teammate Pierre Gasly is also in P7. So we are doing everything we can to keep our teammate in the mix. And Lando Norris is looking alright, but Albon is slow. What has happened to him? He is not looking good, and this is the problem, guys. Again, where Oliver Behrman retired, Alexander Albon in the Williams has also retired, and on lap 3 we get our first DNF of this race, and that is something that must have hurt him. And Perez tried to see something there, but obviously he is just a little bit too far behind. He cannot do anything about this. And Max Verstappen is also into P3. He must be a little bit ticked off also. He needs to overtake Perez, and then he will try to fight with us, but it's not going to be that easy, guys. We are not going to let him by that easy. We are not going to let Max Verstappen by, even if he is fast enough. So let's see, rounding on the last corner, taking our time, the tires, and we are not feeling with the track, guys. I'm not feeling with the track, because it's the first time we are also on this track, because in the last season it wasn't on the calendar, and this time we have put it. So it's taking our time, and Max Verstappen has overtaken Sergio Perez, and Max Verstappen is now 7 tenths behind us, so he will also try to do something, but our main goal is now to just stay in front of him. Otherwise we are going to lose a lot of time. So we have an objective to keep the tire under control. Yep, that is an objective that will never be successful for us, because our tire wear obviously we use our tire wear a little bit extra, and our tire wear is also bad. So Max Verstappen trying to overtake us into lap 7 and into the inside turn 1. He's trying to overtake us. He pushed us a little bit, but we tried to block him. But Max Verstappen did not have any of that, and he has overtaken us. And we are now trying to go side by side, but it did not work. And we have to just now stay behind Max Verstappen. And we even got the warning of cutting the track because of that. Now the goal is to just stay in the DRS of Max Verstappen. But lap 9, guys, Max Verstappen has run away from almost 5 seconds in just 2 laps. That's how much pace Max Verstappen has, and that's how much pace Lando Norris has. Other than that, everyone isn't really that fast enough. So guys, I think we have to do something. And look at that, again going out here and there, and the tire wear is kicking in for us. And because of that, look at that, we have lost the keep under 36% objective for us, and that was never really a main goal for us. Our main goal is to win this race, or if we can get P2, that will be also good. And look at that, guys, the turning is not working for us. We have used everything, the diff, everything, it's just not working. And Perez is going for us, and we have crashed with him, and that is almost. And look at the damage we have no front wing, and that's a red flag. And wait, Gasly got a penalty, 5-second penalty, and look at that was a high speed crash. And I think one of the Ferraris was taken out. That was Charles Leclerc was taken out. And let's see from Perez's perspective, and he was trying to go around the inside, and I obviously pushed him. And obviously, guys, I think we just banged tire to tire, and it was Ocon was the one who was taken out, and Charles Leclerc was also taken out. So both the Ferraris were taken out. Let's see what happened to Charles Leclerc, and it was obviously so we made contact with Charles Leclerc, and Perez made contact with Esteban Ocon, and we now have side pods damage and front wing. Obviously front wing will be fixed in the red flag. So guys, let's just go. Obviously the craziness is going to be again, and we have illegal already, but it doesn't matter with 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are a go for the restart of USGP, and look at that, Gasly getting an amazing exit there. Lando Norris into P1. We are now trying to make a biggest of the dive bombs, and into turn 1 we have already overtaken Max Verstappen, now going 3 wide with Lando Norris, but Lando Norris has stayed in front, and Pierre Gasly has to do something. And look at that, we are now going side by side. Can we do something? And look at that, still side by side with Lando Norris, but we have overtaken Lando Norris for P2, and Gasly obviously have a 5-second penalty, so he needs to run away from us. And look at that, guys, and obviously that makes sense. That makes a little bit more sense. We just went a little bit wide, obviously, and we were just a little bit in front, and that's why the game decided, yeah, you can keep that position, and that's why we were able to do it. And obviously, guys, the car isn't fast, let me tell you that much. Obviously we did not give any kind of damage to Gasly, so Gasly can run away. Obviously we have a little bit too much damage, so it will be a little difficult. And look at the damage, guys. Obviously our team fixed a lot of damage, but we still have underfloor damage and a side pods damage too. So obviously I think Max Verstappen might not have any kind of damage, but Lando Norris must have a little bit damage. So lap 11, Lando Norris is still trying to overtake us, and he now goes around the inside and into the braking for, and look at that, we are not letting him go. But because of that, guys, Max Verstappen has overtaken Lando Norris. Again, the goal is to just stay here and not let these guys do anything, because look at that, Lando Norris and Max Verstappen fighting with each other, lap 14, and they are going side by side with the help of DRS. And if these guys keep on fighting, that is a good thing for us, because they will not able to fight us. And into the turn 1, and look at that, Red Bull is fighting, and they are still going side by side, and they are not giving anyone any space here. And still through the S's, they are still going side by side through the S's, guys. That is craziness. But finally Max Verstappen has been able to overtake Lando Norris, but it's not going to stick that much, guys. It's not going to stick that easily, because obviously Lando Norris is a lot faster, because I think both of these guys are fast. It's just that Perez must have damage, we have damage, and Lando Norris also has a little bit damage, but I don't think Max Verstappen have any kind of damage. But obviously we have the best engine, so we are not going to get him by that easily. So look at that. Max Verstappen tried to do something, wasn't able to do, and lap 14, obviously, look at that, guys. Look at that. Pierre Gasly, and that is a warning for corner cutting. So we have already 2 warnings, and obviously Gasly is 9 seconds in front of us because his car is still intact. His car is still intact. Obviously, the only problem he had while in that crazy crash is that Gasly had a little bit coming together with us, and it was on the tire, so it doesn't matter. So let's see, lap 25 starting here. Hard tires, and we for the last 10 laps, guys, have defended like our life depended on it. That's why we were able to defend against Max Verstappen. Obviously, it's not easy, guys. It's not easy. So lap 26 and lap 27, look at that, guys. We are just trying to stay here, just trying our hardest to stay in front of Max Verstappen, but I think Max Verstappen also has some kind of a little bit extra rear wing than us. Obviously, I think the reason I'm struggling on this track is because our setup is a little bit too low drag, and that's why obviously we are able to stay in front of these guys. It's just that we do not have an overall pace. So starting our final lap, Max Verstappen will try to overtake us into the inside, and look at that, guys. We just waited a lot here. I just waited and braked so late, and then just defending against Max Verstappen's undercut and any kind of switch back from him. I knew that he will do that. That's why I waited, and look at that. Because of that, he has now lost a second to us, and he is getting DRS. He is getting DRS, but it's not going to matter because Pierre Gasly out in the last corner with 28 seconds is going to win the USGP. And look at that, guys. I'm just trying to stay here. Look at that. I'm just trying to go 100% throttle, and it's not working because, guys, yeah, the damage we have is significant. But still, rounding out the last corner, we are going to get P2. We are getting P2 in the USGP. That is actually crazy, guys.
It's one thing to put fast laps together, but to make these moves stick without losing too much time, that's real racecraft.
As today's winners make their way up the podium steps, the folks at Alpine have shown once again just what it takes to build a successful Formula One team. A well-deserved win for them.
And a 1-2 for our team. That was actually surreal because look at that. Pierre Gasly did not score a single point in the sprint race, but was able to win with the fastest lap and a 5-second penalty. Was still able to win the USGP, and I don't know how, were able to defend against Max Verstappen. That was crazy to say the least. And Charles Leclerc obviously and Esteban Ocon DNF because I don't know, guys, and we are obviously leading by 3 points. I don't know, guys, if that crash was our fault. I think I was just trying to defend. I just did not see Perez will be so close to us, and that is what has happened. And intensity between us and Max Verstappen, we are now rivals. So I don't know what we can do. We could have done extra there, guys. I really wanted to do something. It's just that we were just so bad at that time. We were just trying to defend. I don't know what more could have I done. And we are now 85 rated. Our recognition is 54%, guys, now. But all in all, it was a good race, guys. So if you're enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next one.